Oh!
What's up, bro?
Doing well. That's exactly what you need right now, is you need to kind of push those boundaries a little bit each time. It's good that it's going down immediately. Everything you're doing is great.
And then that's when you would clear me for beginning impact stuff.
You want to more like balanced moves, like mix it up a bit, hash it out, make like a more organized day out of it. Doesn't have to be much, 10, 15, 20 pounds.
Am I gonna see you tomorrow? Yoga?
I'll be there.
Let's go. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I'll see you bright and early.
Yeah, bright and early.
You guys doing a yoga thing tomorrow?
What a guy. Yeah, 7:30 a.m. Computer, then you can't go on the screen.
Slowly back into a neutral tabletop position. Yes. So good. Okay, you're walking your hands all the way up, bringing your nose down to the ground, going into a tucking pose. Beautiful, you guys. Thank you to Casey. Made it. Oh, what's up? C-Dub. This was kind of a celebration because Casey hit 100K on YouTube the same exact day that we hit 100K on Instagram. So, twins.
Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a dreamer for you today. Over the past decade of my snowboarding, I have discovered a lot of things that have helped me out throughout the winter. Things like how to sleep in your car, how to stay warm when traveling, how often to tune your gear, what not to do with your gear, how to keep your gloves and your boots and stuff drier when traveling, how to find the best conditions, and I'm gonna share all of the insights and all of the tips that I can with you guys today in this video. But first, we have to show some love and we have to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video. As you guys saw the last time I broke down the company Element, they make the most amazing little satchels that you can just pour right into your water, and there is something within hydration that a lot of people don't know, and that is the levels of your sodium, your magnesium, and your potassium, and that actually makes you hydrated. And if you are snowboarding all day, or if you're working out, or if you're just exhausted or dehydrated or tired or anything, one of these little satchels in your water will just give you the exact levels you need of the proper things that you need in the right ratio without you having to become a chemist. So we have a link in the description for this company, Element, and if you guys are trying to try them out, they have some sample packets that they will throw in for you guys if you click the link and you order through my code. But huge shout out to Element for keeping the dream hydrated and for making just some of the most delicious, convenient, easily soluble packets on the market. So here we go. The tips to get you guys dialed in for the season. First of all, you want to make sure you get a pass. There is a cutoff date for them. So I actually learned that the year before last. when we wanted to get a season pass in the middle of the year, and apparently in like December, I think Icon might have already stopped theirs, but they stopped selling the passes. So make sure you get your pass dialed in for the season before the deadline is up and you can't even get a pass. One of my biggest tips is always to pay off your rent for the entire season. This way you can travel a lot more, and if you have some funds, you actually don't need to work throughout the season because you have your rent paid off, you have your pass paid off, and you're kind of just getting stoked trying to find the best conditions. With that being said, you're also going to want to probably buy some chains, buy some tires for your vehicle, so that way these random expenses in the middle of the season don't pop up. Get a GoPro, get a camera. You are gonna wanna document some of this stuff, and although you don't need to go as crazy as I do, having some GoPro clips and some long lens shots of you guys shredding is always gonna be amazing to look back at when you're older, or even next season, or in the middle of the season, so that you can get better at riding by seeing what you're doing wrong, or by seeing what you thought, felt, and looked good, but when you watch it on camera, you realize it actually looked really poor. I would grab a park board and a POW board before the season even starts, and pre-season, you can get a little iffy sometimes. It can be low tide, you can destroy your gear. So a huge tip is just use your last season's gear or your beater stuff as it's preseason before you break out that brand new board out of the wrapper and destroy it into a wall first day, like I've done probably 3 times in my life. So now that you got all this stuff dialed in, I'm claiming just post on your socials, your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube, whatever you got, letting people know that like you're gonna be traveling this season, you're gonna be crushing it, you're gonna be on the road, so that way people, when they wanna do their vacation or when they wanna actually do something fun, they're gonna think like, oh yeah, Johnny posted that he's gonna be out there all winter, so let's see where he's at. Let's see where the best conditions that he's been riding is, and then people are gonna try to join with you, and that's how you actually get like a community of friends where you can push each other and you guys can actually like split gas and all that type of stuff. And I have to push the Discord right now. We have sections in my Discord, which is also linked below, where there's like Midwest riders, West Coast riders, East Coast riders, and if you're just by yourself or you're in Colorado or something like that, you can hop into the Discord, drop some stoke into the general stoke area, or go to your actual region and reach out, post something, let people know that you're trying to shred. And we've had some actually insane connections through the YouTube and the Discord community that have linked up and done unimaginable things. So now we're getting into when the season starts. How do you know where to go? If you have basically unlimited budget and you just want to ride the best powder, how do you figure that out? Well, there's a couple different apps. There's Open Snow, which is really reliable. There's just clearly weather.com, that type of thing. There's Weather Underground, but do some research. Get on YouTube, figure out how to read dew points and all these weird little nuances that come with reading a storm. Just kind of have an open schedule and be ready to, the moment you hear that a storm's coming, send it instantly. It can always kind of get more intense. Most of the time it gets less intense, but I would highly recommend getting to where you want to go at least a day before. If you're there a day early, one, you don't have to deal with all of the traffic and the potential road closures on the way there, but you can also get that like pre-storm stoke, which a lot of people might not get if they get caught in that treacherous drive there the next day. So show up to your location early so that you can actually score the goods. Obviously, I gotta throw it out there to watch all of my videos. Anywhere you're gonna go, type in my name and then that mountain first and watch the videos on that, because a lot of times I give full in-depth breakdowns of how we got there, where we stayed, how much passes were, the best conditions, and like reach out to people that are at that mountain and try to find a local who can give you the rundown of where you're gonna be wanting to shred during that storm, because we've gone places, showed up, tried to ride for a full day, and just ended up doing the same lap no matter what we did. We just ended up on the same trail, and the next day, say we linked up with a local and like boom, run after run after run of just straight dreamers. So try to find a local legend, and you do that by throwing it out in the Discord, throwing it out on your Facebook, letting people know where you're at, potentially watching my videos to get yourself all dialed in. And then also, shameless plug, cop some merch, throw a CV sticker on your board, and I'm telling you right now, people might call you out while you're riding, while you're in the lift line, while you're on the chairlift, like, yo, you watch Willax's stuff? Dude, let's link up, let's get some stoke. The stickers go a long way. As we're approaching the holidays, I gotta throw it out there, watch out for blackout dates. I've showed up not realizing that I can't ride on Thanksgiving, can't ride on Christmas, and that's when you wanna try to find, I have to say before I even touch on this, do some backcountry certs. Don't just go out into the backcountry. Don't just go out just riding anywhere you think you can. It's one of the most dangerous things on the planet. Go get stoked somewhere else. Go try to find just like a backyard hat lab. Go build something in your backyard. Try to just do some video stoke where you work on some new tricks in your yard. And yeah, once again, link up with people. Find some backyard Discord stoke and try to just dial in some like switch 50/50s or something consistent on a small PVC while the mountains and all of the big corporations have shut down for the people who ride like 5 days a year. All right, here we go. This is gonna be a big one. A lot of people always ask me, where do I park? And like, how do I deal with sleeping in my vehicle in the winter? And if your car is big enough, there's something that they make called a heater buddy that you have to be so careful of, because the carbon monoxide emissions is a silent killer and you can absolutely die in the middle of the night. So you need to have some type of airflow in there, but the heater buddy is a tight little way. Having a ninja suit saved me and Dossie's life in Colorado in negative 16-degree weather in the Frisco Whole Foods parking lot. We would have died without ninja suits. So straight up, layer up. Thermals underneath, ninja suit underneath, sleeping bags, sleeping bag hoodies, heater buddy, everything that you can. And this kind of leads into, how do we know where to park? When do we know that you're allowed to? We don't. I have no clue ever in my entire life where I'm gonna park, whether I'm in my 4Runner surfing or whether I'm in the RV snowboarding. We just literally commit, show up, and honestly don't ask and say sorry later. A lot of the mountains you can't park in the parking lots, but a lot of the mountains you can, and a lot of the ones that you can't, they don't really say anything to you. We make sure that we wake up in the middle of the night as soon as we hear the snow plow, start the car, figure out where he plowed first, and just be super respectable and go over to that area. If you just find a little nook, there are so many little crevasses that you can sleep in your car. Not a literal crevasse, but friends, anybody that you meet along the way, anybody that you meet on hill, driveways, just throw it out there. I'm pretty sure there's like Couch Sleepers Anonymous, or there's like these websites and stuff. You can even like ask people or pay them, throw them a couple bucks, cook them dinner or something, and they'll let you park in their driveway. But at the end of the day, we have no idea. You have to just send it and you will figure it out, I promise you. I gotta throw it out there. Everybody wants to know where the best powder is. There's so many different locations, but this is an easy one. If you wanna go to Japan to snowboard the best powder in the world, you could have an off season, but usually Japan has like a multiple week section from January to February where you have to just see that it's gonna be snowing meters every single day, jump on it, get there ASAP, try to get there a day before, and you're gonna guaranteed score. Definitely the Discord will help out with trying to make some friends to meet up to make that work easier, but also typing in Casey-Willax Snowboarder's Guide to Japan will dial in everything that you need to know for that. Here we go. This is one of the most crucial ones for riding better, feeling better, performing better, being just super on point, needing less sleep, recovering more in your sleep, and that is just yoga, stretching, taking care of your body, nutrients, saunas, supplements, everything that you could possibly think of that I do that you see health-wise is so that I can snowboard more, ride better, be more flexible. And we have all of these companies that we always tell everybody about, which mid-video breakdown, once again, Element. If you're trying to stay hydrated and you're trying to be on point and you're trying to wake up feeling good and you're not trying to have muscle cramps and you're trying to be flexible, adding something like this into your daily routine, which is just a packet into some water, will legitimately change the way you feel and will change the way you perform. So one more time, Element in the description below. If you're trying to dial yourself in, they got a couple free packages that they're throwing in with every order. It's just nice to support the people who not only make these products to make us do and feel and perform better, but also support the people that support me so I can continue to make these videos. Big one. I already touched on how insane and dangerous the backcountry is, but if you're doing that, look into the avalanche conditions. Right now in Tahoe, it's level 1, level 2, level 3 for tree lines. All of it's red. All of it is a no-go, and Skrizzy's out there, psychopath, having minor sloughs, and it's just like, dude, you gotta be so careful, so cautious. Read the warnings, read the reports, and appreciate your life. Oh, this is a big one. Where do you shower? First of all, usually don't shower. I'll go a full RV tour, 3 weeks, no shower. But if you're unlike me and you need to shower, first of all, you should be using Bumble and Bleach Soapery. Get a gym membership. Places like Crunch Fitness, Anytime Fitness, it's like 30, 40 bucks a month. No monthly sign up contract or fee or anything like that. And you can get in there and you can use, sometimes they have a pool, sometimes they have a sauna, but they always have a shower. Get in there, wash your bottom, wash your socks, find a laundromat, do your clothes. It is okay to wear the same pair of long johns all season. It is not okay to not wash that pair of long johns. Huge one is, how often do we wax our board? We, as in me, maybe 3 times a season. What I wish I did or could do, or if I had someone who could wax my board, I would wax my board no less than every 3 times I rode, and I would gummy stone it if I was in the park every single day. If I wasn't hitting park, every other day. Gummy stones are the most critical thing you can do. I would rather have smooth edges and not catch on a rail than have a waxed board and go fast. So my tip, wax every couple days, gummy stone, get those burrs off of your edges every single day if you're in the park. Final page here, we got mid-year gear breakdown. You saved up, you paid off everything, you bought all your stuff, you're basically out of money, but you're making it happen. Your gear breaks middle of the season. What do? One, there's sites like OfferUp where you could potentially trade gear for something like that. There's also C-clamps and epoxy where you can start, if something's de-lambing, clamp it together, do it yourself. You can always look at my big cartel to where I put up used gear, or you can reach out to me directly where I can offer you discounts before you try to buy anything full price at any point in time. All the companies that I have that are sponsors, they all support you guys and they all give you proper discounts on everything. So caseywillax.com has a discounts tab. If I don't answer, you can always find the most updated discount codes there to not break the bank. I have to lead that into the DLAM thing, which is if you're storing your gear, don't put your board outside when it's wet because it's gonna freeze and you're gonna have ice in these weird spots and your bindings are gonna start to have like pressure points where it's coming up where the ice is pushing it out. And then if you go from cold to heat, like a frozen board, putting it on like a heater underneath your floor, I've had boards de-lamb before because they just start to pressure and flex and it's like warping the wood, and then all of a sudden your edge is exposed and then water gets in there and freezes and your board's shot. Combo that with, if you're wondering why your goggles have been foggy sometimes and you don't understand why, if you leave your goggles in that sheath in your car or in that sheath or even together with water anywhere near it, the next day, no matter what, fog all day long. Take your goggles inside the house, find a room temp or a heated area, take the lenses off, take them out of the bag, set them up proper, and you will have no issues with fog on your goggles that next day. And also, if you don't have any money or there's been something wrong with your gear and you copped it recently, hit the companies up, explain to them how much you love their stuff, how you were using it properly before, how you want to continue to support them and get their stuff, but then break down what happened and just ask them if it's a manufacturer's defect and if there's anything that they can do, whether offering you a new set of whatever it is or offering you a discount code. Companies that are proper will always take care of their people, and if it was an actual manufacturer's defect, they will dial you in. But if not, you want to start getting good at repairing your own stuff. Learn how to wax your own board, learn how to P-tex your own board, get some shoe goo if your boots are falling apart, get some extra straps, get some extra insoles. Make sure you always take your insoles out of your boots and put them by the heater. The insoles will dry way faster like that. A huge one, which is interesting because I've always been confused by it, but I think I figured it out. Have you ever thrown your board down on the ground, first run, and it just sticks like carpet? You don't know what's going on. You touch it and it's got like frozen particles on it. I believe that when your board is hot in your car, you take it out, it's hotter than the snow. You throw your board down on the snow, that hot board melts the frozen snow, but then in the meantime of it melting, because it's cold outside, it turns into liquid and freezes on your board. So now you have frozen ice on dry snow and it sticks. This is a double combo right here. If you take one board upside down and you take another board, might need to be regular camber for this, but basically just one board's flat, the other board's flat. You can actually, probably better by the contact points, but scrape flat off wax, ice, or if you get one of those gnarly burrs where your board like starts to de-lam and have the P-tex come up because you got a core shot and you can't make it down the hill because of the friction going against where you're moving, take another board, you can scrape so flush and so level that it's almost like an X-Acto blade. So that's how I do on-hill repairs, just to get down to the bottom. And finally, the last one is overall, just take it easy. It's pre-season right now, so I know you want to just go super hard, but you don't want to get broke off like your boy and sit here and talk to a camera while everybody's shredding, trying to just get stoked. You want to have an enjoyable season. You want to ride every single day. If you go too hard one day, it's going to affect you that next day. At the same time, push your limits, try to be the best that you can. But if you're feeling weird, if you're feeling uneasy, if you're feeling sore or tired or exhausted, don't push it on those days. We all want to ride as often as we can, as much as possible. We don't want to destroy our gear. We don't want to destroy our bodies, and we want to just have as much fun as we can. So do your best to keep your stoke levels up this season. One final thing I gotta say before we shut down the video, we have the Casey-Willax Lego snowboards giveaway still going on. All you have to do is support the dream and cop an insane 100K hoodie design from caseywillax.com. Any of those orders will make it to you by Christmas, I promise. And just gotta say thank you. Stay grateful, stay stoked, have fun out there. Throw something down for me so you can keep me stoked over here as we try to keep pumping out these bangers for you guys. Subscribe if you're not already, and we will see you in the next one for the dream.